Hi, everybody, and welcome to Quarantine Cafe. I am here right now with Johnny Clay Shanks. How are you, man? How's your pandemic going, and where are you at?
Pandemic is it's going. You know, I am in Saco, Maine.
Okay.
Just south of Portland. But yeah, it's going. You know, I definitely some ups and downs and perks and the opposite of perks, whatever those are.
Yeah, the opposite of I guess valleys.
Yeah,
valors, right? If you got perks and valors and peaks and valleys, I
that
don't
might
know.
be it. I like that.
So do you want to tell us a little bit about the music you're about to play for us?
Yeah. So I have a band that we perform under the Johnny Clay Shanks band. That's my given name. Most of my friends just call me Clay.
Cool.
But it's kind of been this amalgamation of Southern rock and country that just kind of happened. I don't know when or where it came from, but we went on tour a couple of years ago and somebody called it like country punk, but I'll take it, you know? So, but yeah, each one of the songs is just kind of about personal experience, I suppose.
Cool. All right, let's give that a listen and then we'll be right back and we'll talk a little bit more.
Oh, hello. My name is Johnny Clay Shanks. Welcome to the Quarantine Cafe. I'm going to play some tunes, and I hope you enjoy them. This first one's about going down to the crossroads to meet the devil. But that's actually not correct. The song is about going down to the crossroads to try and meet the devil, and the devil not showing up. I picked up my sixth string with one thing in mind. Slipped on my hat, my boots, and I took a walk outside. Stars are fade of the moon on a cold dark night. I walked for miles and miles and miles on down the lane. I came to a crossroads where streets have no name. Put down my guitar still like I was waiting on a train. From my lips escaped an ancient name. Into the night the words just drifted away. Into the darkness I did cry. I feel like coming home. I'm at the end of the line, got nothing but my soul. Into the darkness I did cry, but the devil didn't show. I pulled from a bottle, shake away the cold. Thought upon everything I'd heard, every story of old. Still lonely as a crow in the middle of the road. Oh, but little could be bought for what I had to be sold. Well, the bottle's nearly empty now, sixth string in hand. Implications washed away like castles in the sand. This next line is hard to understand. I tossed that bottle to the night, and it never hit land. I did cry. I feel like coming home. I'm at the end of the line, got nothing but my soul. Into the darkness I did cry, but the devil didn't show. Into the darkness I did cry, but the devil didn't show. There now. Wasn't that uplifting?
All right, and we're back with Johnny Clay Shanks. So you said like a second ago that that you don't really know where the sound came from, but that makes me kind of curious. Like, who do you listen to? Who are the influences for this kind of stuff?
That's a that's a crazy question, really. It's I don't know, if you were to look at my record collection, you know, it goes from like Merle Haggard to Blink-182.
Nice.
It's pretty much all over the spectrum. So I would say, as of recent, my biggest idols: Jason Isbell, Rival Sons. It's all over, man.
Cool. That's awesome. So what's it like where you're at in Maine? Is it like kind of like, is there a lot of nature around? Can you go for walks and stuff?
Yeah, you know, and as of recent, the weather is just finally getting to a place where it makes going outside a little more tolerable, you know.
Cool.
But at the beginning of this shutdown, this quarantine, it was pretty mind-numbing just to be inside working from home day in, day out. But yeah, I can drive or ride my bicycle to a waterfall. It's like a couple miles down the street.
Nice.
We've got some nature preserves that are a couple miles the other way, and then I got 2 miles away, we got the beach. I went hiking this past weekend, drove 2 hours to a mountain, you know, in the thick of the woods of Western Maine. So it's beautiful, really.
This next song is called Hold On Tight. It's based on a conversation my brother and I had about fleeting thoughts. So my brother reminds me today just how quickly all our minds seem to change. Let's step out of the box, dying to get lost. Let me steal you away. And your father's got a book with both our names. You're trying to rip out the page. You'll rewrite the phrases. That's how this game is. Can't you tell by the look on my face? You better meet me on the dark side of the park, where the moon's a hole in our hearts. Stay long enough to better hold on tight. Hold on tight. We could rewrite this song tonight. Hold on tight. Well, I don't mean to complicate, but What am I supposed to do without your face? I try my best to keep busy. Tell me somebody, is he just running away? You better meet me where the second hand don't move. Soon there won't be enough for me to lose. Stay long enough to better hold on tight. Hold on tight. We could rewrite this song tonight. Hold on tight. I can't be left alone tonight. You're driving away with all my pride. And there's blood in the air, and I don't care. We'll stay long enough to you better hold on tight. Hold on tight. We could rewrite this song tonight. Hold on tight. Better hold on tight. Hold on tight. We could rewrite this song tonight. Hold on tight. Have you held on tight? Are you hunkered down? Maybe not. I guess some states are doing the reopening thing now, so who knows? Who knows what's to come?
So, like, what has all this been like for you, like in terms of like your musical output? Have you been practicing anything new, or like writing any new music, or like?
Yeah. So I started playing the piano kind of when the shutdown happened. I was like, I'm going to teach myself how to play the piano, and that's going pretty well.
Sick. What have you been working on?
I'm past I'm past the chopsticks phase, so
Okay.
that's good. But been playing one of the nocturnes in C because that's the easy way. Been playing Imagine by John Lennon because
Cool.
that's some simple stuff really. Yeah, trying to tackle as much Beatles as I can because it's fun and everybody knows it.
Yep.
But the piano's kind of a beast.
Yeah, it is a beast, man. Like I had to learn it. I just went back to school, I guess, like about a year and a half ago. I moved back to Boston and I went back to school. I like dropped out 10 years ago.
Gotcha.
And I had to study piano. And like that was, I think, the hardest class I ever had to take in my entire life was piano. I can't get my hands to do it. It's like miserable.
I feel you. And it's one of those things like I wish somebody had made me do it when I was a kid.
Yeah, me too.
Because you see those guys that, it's second nature and you just wish, well, if I had started when I was 5, I just wouldn't have known any better. But
yeah,
I guess never too late, So my goal is to sit down around the holidays and be able to crank out some Christmas tunes on the family piano or something like that. That'd be pretty sweet.
Nice. Well, I mean, if you're doing like Imagine, I can't imagine, no pun intended, but I can't imagine that it's that much harder to play some Christmas tunes. A lot of them are like pretty diatonic.
Yeah. We'll get there. I think that's my goal.
This next song is kind of about that moment right after you wake up from a dream, really trying to grasp what just happened, and the more you claw at it, the more it disappears. The song is called "The Ghosts in Texas." Well, I met you on the dream side of some familiar place. Could tell it was you, but I couldn't see your face. You were always a step ahead, but I kept up chase. Do you go there too? And in the years since I last saw you, I think I've grown hard. Last rubbing on the callus left when we broke it in the park. And I'd set fire to these thoughts, but I'm struggling just to spark. Are you there too? And there's a coffee stain that runs down the middle of your favorite page, the one where you lie on your back, you'd beg me to play. And as the day's morning fades in, I'm begging you to stay. Memories skewed. I'm going back down to Texas, but nothing looks the same. There's a condo in the field where we walked in the rain. And I know you never understand why I leave the coast of Maine, but the ghost of you's in Texas. I'm going back down to Texas, but nothing looks the same. There's a condo in the field where we walked in the rain. And I know you never understand why I leave the coast of Maine, but the ghost of you's in Texas. Well, the ghost of you's in Texas. Well, I'm riding just as fast as his memories leave. I'm sure you're doing fine, but that's hard to conceive. And I'd set fire to this whole thing if I thought I wouldn't be misconstrued. So when I look at the pictures you let us see, did you forget about Texas? Am I that naive? And I wonder if I'd gotten there if I'd never had to leave alone like you. Now there's an ink stain on my palms just like you used to know, when I'd scribble down words and read them to you, and not a soul. Anyone else would beg to let it go. I'm going back down to Texas, but nothing looks the same. There's a condo in the field where we walked in the rain. And I know you never understand why I leave the coast of Maine, but the ghost of you's in Texas. I'm going back down to Texas, but nothing looks the same. There's a condo in the field where we walked in the rain. And I know you never understand why I leave the coast of Maine, but the ghost of you's in Texas. Well, the ghost of you's in Texas.
So how about like writing? Have you been writing anything new?
As far as I mean, I think we're getting ready to hear a tune here that I wrote kind of at the beginning of the shutdown. That is specifically about being stuck inside. Is what the song is called. But there's that. But I say like most of the writing as of recent has been more prose oriented and not music oriented.
Cool, you write prose. What kind of prose do you write?
It's just kind of like illegible garble.
Okay.
It's every now and then like a line comes out that I might come back and revisit for a song or something like that. But I would say it's more just like stream of consciousness garble, just so I don't end up like yelling, mistakenly at my dog, I just yell on a piece of paper. So.
So is that like a process that you go through a lot when you're like writing songs? You start by like writing garbled prose or whatever, and then you find some lines that you like, and then put them to music or something?
Absolutely. So way back in college, I had my degrees in literature and did a bunch of creative writing classes and stuff. And one of the biggest hurdles that almost every writing professor I ever had was just putting pen to paper.
Yep.
And half the times it doesn't even matter what you're putting down as long as you're practicing the connection between your brain and your fingers or your pen or your computer.
Yep.
And, there's a notebook in every room in my house for a reason. And I'd say that it's just a matter of like getting it out because for every 100 lines you write, you might get a good one. And from that one might inspire a song or might inspire something that either I can play or hand off to somebody else. Or
that's fun. That's like great advice, actually. Yeah, like it's really interesting talking to different people as part of this show, because especially with singer-songwriters, everybody has a really, really different process.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like so how do you come up with music? Do you do it independently from writing the words, or like where do you start? I guess there's a question. Or do you have different ideas sort of like half lined up in like both directions, and then you find things that like work together?
Yeah, I'd say I attack it from both sides. Most of the time, I gotta be honest, I'll be listening to a song that I am just, for whatever reason, whether it's that day or that month, I'm just infatuated with that song, and I'll listen to it 100 times, and I'll go, man, I want to write something that makes me feel this way.
Yeah.
And whether it's a hook or whether it's, a 1-5-4, I'm just like, oh, well, I like what they did there. I want to do something similar. And then I go back to the notebook and I go, well, what do I have that fits in here into this formula? And so I kind of attack it from both sides.
Song is about being stuck inside. I suppose I wrote it recently. I call this song Stuck Inside. When we are made to slow down, but the world keeps turning round. For the sake of the sun, for the sake of the moon, remember what it feels like to run, taken away too soon. And ooh, the stupid rain's got me stuck inside. I say, ooh, that maybe this train was just running wild. Oh, and I'm gonna write you a song, and you're gonna dance along. I say, ooh, if I have to be indoors, I'm so glad, I'm so glad. Oh, and I'm gonna write you a song. You're gonna dance along. I say, ooh, if I have to be indoors, I'm so glad, I'm so glad I'm yours. Turn out the light and you forget the day, and you never tried before. But is it too late to pray? So remember the sun and remember the moon. We only perceive darkness when when there's light shining through, and ooh, the stupid rain's got us stuck inside. I say, ooh, but maybe this train was just running wild. Oh, and I'm gonna write you a song. You're gonna dance alone. I say, ooh, if I have to be indoors, I'm so glad, I'm so glad. Oh, and I'm gonna write you a song. You're gonna dance alone. I say, ooh, if I have to be indoors, I'm so glad, I'm so glad I'm yours. Well, that's about all. Thanks for that. Hope you enjoyed. My name's Johnny Clay Shanks, but my friends call me Clay.
And is there anywhere that people can go like online to find your music?
Yeah, certainly. So johnnyclayshanks.com
Cool.
or Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon, that kind of stuff. It's all there.
That's awesome. And is there anything else that you want to say to the audience before we finish up?
No, stay safe. Don't tear your housemates' heads off, and and understand that we're all in it together, I guess.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. That was Johnny Clay Shanks. This is Quarantine Cafe. I'm your host, Callum, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow at noon.
Thanks.